Want me to do it?
Yep.
Hi, I'm your light shaman. Are you experiencing unpleasant energies in your home and surroundings and waking up in the middle of the night? My work involves clearing individuals, homes, and communities. Contact me at www.lightshaman.earth and I would be happy to help.
We've got the new Lemurian codes for you on the Wide Awake clothing brand from firelightcontinuum.earth. Go to www.flc.earth. If you're in need of some sound and frequency healing, we've got the new codes from Lemuria. This is Lemuria 5, folks. Go to www.soundandfrequencymedicine.earth. www. Sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds. That www makes me dizzy. Like, whoa. Sweet dearly beloved, sweet dear ones. Wow, look at this lineup. Look, it's wonderful. Thank you for waiting for us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the sunshine you're bringing today. I know you're doing that. I know it's you. I know you did that. I know you're all over it. You guys are all over it. And are we 5x5, Huna Tamaki?
Yes.
We have 5x5 today. In a 5-5. 5-5's been popping up a lot. Greetings, sweet dearly beloveds. Rebecca Hemet in California. Hemet, California. The Kelly Gates. Kicking ass. Who's Kelly? Kelly Gates. Is that a new name? That sounds like a new name. Yanaka Hoffman. What is that? Japanese, German? Yanaka Hoffman. Kicking ass. And we don't need no stinking names either. Welcome. And who else do we have here? Yes, Huna Kawamanato, sending their love from Cornwall. Nezzy, sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds. Also from Cape Town, Nezzy, Brandy, hello Brandy, Metcalf. Unahitu Mata, sending much love through from Holland with the highest intentions. That's great. Thank you, Huna. Colleen Starasinich. Colleen, that's a new name, isn't it? That's a new one to me. Colleen from Illinois. Illinois. Welcome. Who else we got here? Oh, Huna Kirsty. Huh? Wait a minute. Oh, that's the Kirsty deer. Okay, yeah, there we have got two Kirsties. That got me for a second there. Matarana, good to see you again. Thank you. And the Tamaki has got a meow in there. Hey, like what you did with your hair today. Like what you did with your hair today.
Thank you.
What you do? Put that in a wine. Did you run your hair through grapevines?
Yes.
Looks cool. Huna is a kahioku. Kahioku. Meow. Who else do we have here? Lavelle Storms. Hi, this is a new name, another new name. Good to see some new names here. Huna Marawawa, 5 by Fry Bread. Thank you, brother. Glad you still always have a wonderful sense of humor there. And there's all this kahiwaha. Hi, kahiwaha. Kick ass. Kick ass. You know, Linda Burns. That's Marihi. Oh, Huna Mari. Hi. I thought you said Huna Marihi. No, she's saying hi. Claire Barnsley. Let's see, is that a new name? It's a new name. Piata, kia ora, tēnā koe. And yes, atamari to you and Tanimaro. Alan, hi there for you in Sweden. Alan, did we connect with you when we were in Sweden, Alan? I'm just curious. We were just in Sweden. We were in Godland. Did we not connect to you? Anyway, hello to you. Helen Morris there in Auckland, Kanakwe. Helen. Sherry Lutman, or is that Lutman? Would that be Lutman or Lutman? That would be a big hug. So thank you so much. Nikota, I imagine this is someone who is Lakota. In gratitude. Aho, aho, aho. And yeah, Yukon girl there, yes. Hi there, Yukon girl. You just completed your Dragon Masters. She just completed Dragon Masters. We have a wonderful testimony from her, from you. So thank you so much. Yukon girl, remind me of your Huna, please. Tamari, Sasha. And thanks for being here. And Anne Hole. Do we know you, Anne? You're over there in Yorkshire, England. We have 2 or 3 Hunas up in that area. Kahatota, and also one who was just actually had his seal. Was occasionally, sometimes you have your seal redone. You know what I mean? It's like an adjustment. That was for Wakimua, Huna Wakimua.
Yeah.
She's over there in Yorkshire. And that's another new name, I believe, here. Another new name. Lenore, welcome. Kelly in the Emerald Valley in Oregon, welcome. Oh, Ellen says she couldn't go there. That's okay, Ellen. Let's get things set up over there in Sweden, Ellen. Let's have a dragon ride, or let's have a burning mask. Let's do something, all right? We gotta spread this around. And Karina from Sweden as well. Well, look at this. You have Ellen and you have Karina right there from Sweden. Guys, you need to, if you could send us your email. We really need to build that area up alongside Denmark. So Denmark and Sweden, we could create Hunas over there. Get more sealed Hunas. We can do some events over there, you know? You know what it's like. You know what I'm talking about? Yukon girl testifies that she loved the Dragon Master. So she says, do the Dragon Master. Huna tayari, tayari ma, huna tayari ma. Rebecca many gray horses, Kainai First Nations, from First Nations. Ka'inai from the First Nations. Hu manatea is Huna Tama'aka. Tamaka. Oh, that's right. That was so close to you. Robert, you're Robert, you Meizun. Would that be Chinese? Would that be Chinese or would that be Korean? I don't mean to be rude. Let me know. Ehud Katz. Greetings to you from there over there in Israel. And hey, Ehud, what's going on over there? Let us know. There's all kinds of shifting and energy shifting over there. And Huna Himanakuya. Meow, 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 meow. Wawa, wawa, Huna. Okay, that's awesome to see you all here. I know today's title says Mass Dragon Ride. Kick ass. Now that would be a kick ass if, for those of you who have been in a dragon ride, you know what that's about, right? We do the dragon ride. It is a heck of a ride through the dimensions and harmonic frequencies, as well as on your transversal directions, lateral, horizontal, vertical directions, the inner and the outer directions. It's amazing. Well, I had thought, and I have been asked to create another event in November, and to create it here in Mexico. There are some people who want to come to Mexico, and they want to come down and get sealed, and they also want to have an event to go to. So I thought of creating a mass dragon ride. That's something I thought of quite some time ago when I was in Iceland and we did the dragon ride. Typically, if you don't know, it's focused on two people sitting in front of the codes, a huge projection screen or a banner that has all the codes and the colors of the spectrum of the Kaha system. Okay, Kaha system. And we go through these codes verbally, because with our voice, with the sound, and with our eyes, through the spectrum of the colors and the spectrum of the sound. And we traverse through the seasons of love, through many dimensions of that reality, from the seasons of love through many dimensions. And it's usually a small group of about 10, 12, sometimes 20 people, focusing on two riders consecutively. That one pair rides, goes through the ride, then the next pair comes along, goes through the ride. I noticed that in Iceland that about 5 or 6 of the attendees were also receiving calibrations immediately, just by being in the presence of the ride, by hearing and participating, speaking the codes and hearing the codes. And the tears, what I mean by calibration, sweet dear ones, is that tears come. The tears of the dragon, okay? So the tears of the dragon were coming through and was affecting also those who were just sitting and participating, waiting for their turn to ride. Well, everybody rides. Everybody rides. And I had a thought that, well, let's have a mass ride. If the group is calibrating at the same time as our main riders and co-pilot, I say, then it's possible that we could all do that. Everybody attending could go through at the same time, feeling it. And I would need to obviously guide this in the proper way, and I would have, let's just say, 4 groups of people sitting together and going for the ride simultaneously. So there'll be 4 directions. 4 groups facing 4 directions in each direction. Okay, so these are the directions of the Donato Ke Waho Wahi. Okay, can share with you what that is, what those directions are. And there would be 4 giant screens or huge banners. We'll figure that out. And then each core group could be facing each direction, and the ride would be happening simultaneously. Now, I had thought that perhaps we begin with a guided meditation and then the dragon ride, and then the first embrace or sound embrace. So, a sound healing session right after it. This could actually run for 4 to 5 hours or a full day. It would be a full day. Depends on how many people. Let me know what you think about that, especially those who have been through the ride. I see there Kirsty, Huna Matarana, needs to do a dragon ride. And I believe you're going to be visiting with Huna Masahawa for her dragon ride. So she's going to be doing dragon ride, I think, at the end of September. Well, the date is very soon. If any of you in the UK, please try to make it to this dragon ride with Huna Masahawa in Birmingham, with the Birmingham beauties. Okay, and Birmingham beauties. It obviously is the heart of England, right in the center, and it will be an incredible experience. It is an incredible experience. Awakening, calibration, a recognition of the light of the child at the harmonic frequency, where there is a savior. The savior is you. The understanding of the savior is you, and it's your light. The light of the child is the savior, the most infinite one. So when we're talking about being saved and saved from being saved from the outside, but you are saved by the outside and the inside of yourself, that which is the child of light. That's how I explain it. That's the story I'm telling, and I'm sticking to it. Okay. So look out for that. Yes, you grew up in Birmingham, middle of England. Wow, yes, it is. Nakota, Sacred Light Warrior. Lakota, you grew up in Birmingham. Very interesting location for the Lakota. Okay, so yes, if you are there, I would send you to. Do we have a link for her website?
For Masahawa?
Masahawa's website. I do believe she switched to .earth.
I don't have a link for her.
Okay, let's just message her. And let's see if she does have one. Let's just message her. Okay, where is she at? Sam, see if you have her website. All right, now I also have to do a quick text over to Huna Mareka. Let him know we're on in case he's able to visit. David Mahoney might be able to visit today. He has his family with him, but there might be an opening. To come visit and chat with us. Anything new on your side there, Huna Tamaki? What you got going on?
Oh, the readings have been amazing, as always.
Yes, your readings.
Yes.
Yes, sweet dear ones. If you need a reading, if you're interested in the Lemurian readings, Earth chart readings, get on it right away. It's just been it's the hottest thing since
sliced bread. The hottest thing since fry bread.
Hottest thing since fry bread and sliced sourdough bread. Yeah, I would get all over it. I'm hearing good things. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I don't have the schedule set up yet for after the solar flash. but I will get that up soon because I'll be back in Mexico and the schedule, I think, will be just a little bit different. Yeah.
Okay.
So keep an eye out on that. I do have other availability this week too.
Can you share just in what kind of response, what kind of, if it's possible to share, kind of stories you're getting?
It's emotional. It's definitely emotional. It's the memory of, when we go through the process of the reading, the first thing I always do is I level set. I make sure I know where this person is with the knowledge of both systems. Maybe they know more about the zodiac than they do about the Lemurian, which is fine. And then I always show them those images. You remember I made those images after I got sealed of the Mutu, and then you see where all of the zodiacs sit in relation to them.
Yeah.
I show that to them. And I also show them where the inversion happened. That's one of the things that really tripped me up in the beginning was I see both systems and I know the Lemurian is the one, but where is the connection? Where is everything actually going?
Where does it join when it's on its way out to the truth? Where does it go from the lies to the truth?
Yeah. And throughout the reading, I'm also talking about where the zodiac is pulling all of their pieces from. And the thing that they're doing is they talk about, the constellations exist, but they took the bodies of those constellations and said, those are your birth signs. And there's at least one birth sign that's taken from 6 different Lemurian beings to make one zodiac sign.
Yes, I see now. I see. They converged a series of energies and manipulated those energies. Of course, they know about the Lemurian. And who is they? The Draconian, those who have taken the symbols and inverted them and used them for such satanical reasons and blood rituals and these things. And so throughout the readings, you're seeing where they, with your system, how they've lived, how they even leave the manipulation system and then return to the truth.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Kick ass. That is kick ass.
Yeah. One of the other pieces that I do with the readings is I show a tree, because that was one of the analogies that came through in the beginning was the Taurus field of seeing, like, we know that there's an order in which they stand where they're holding each other. And we know, like, for you, when you say that your medicine is pressure, and I showed you your chart without any explanation, you said, there's my medicine right there. That's the bigger pieces. We take the childlike approach of not worrying about where does the sun sit in relation to Uranus. I know you hate that word so much.
Yes.
And like, where do they sit in relation to each other? And are they headbutting? We don't do that. We're just very childlike. How many turtles? How many doves? How many butterflies? And do it that way. And it's every single time. It's so on the nose, where the medicine is really showing up in what they're doing in their day to day. And maybe it's not, maybe they don't think it shows up in their actual work. Like one of the Hunas that I talked to the other day, where she goes into the draconian side of the medicine stuff. But when she's out of it, she's doing the more shamanic stuff. And this is the gecko, because she has gecko medicine. That's one of her big areas. She's the double agent going in. Going and taking the shaman, the good shamanic stuff and going in, and then going in and seeing what they're doing to bring it out and do something better with it.
That's right. The what did we call this? The double agent, but we were talking to this as
the counterintelligence of the
counterintelligence. Yes, the counterintelligence medicine of the jackal. Wow. Oh, okay. Look, someone's just saying. Someone's asking. Kelly's asking to speak about the truths, more truths of the hummingbird compared to the Aquarius. Do you have any correlations?
I haven't really dived so much into that one.
And you wouldn't unless you're doing a reading, right?
What's that?
You wouldn't unless you're doing the reading.
No, like if I'm actually going in and looking for it, or maybe as I'm doing the reading, something will just come through. So
Yeah.
there's a really good example. Kahioku has been such an important piece of this. I knew months ago that she was going to be a big part of what I'm doing. And she does do the zodiac astrology, but she has that intuitive aspect of she's bringing in what the message really is, and she calls it the good news guru, which a lot of astrologists don't like doing. They're very adamant about saying Saturn is malefic and you can't say anything else about it or else you're wrong. And Kahioku doesn't take that kind of approach. And I was sitting with her the other day, we're talking about the charts, and just all of a sudden I realized, like I was already saying, these are the navigational codes of the canoe. This
Yeah.
thing here being the canoe and the spirit being the operator. And as I'm sitting there with her, just I'm looking at the tree, and it was the sound. We look at the tree and we have everybody like maybe the wombats at the bottom with the kaka, and then we go up and we have falcon medicine somewhere. It's when you speak, that is the imprint of your voice
Of
as
course
it's
it is.
coming out.
Yes, of course it is. That is why I've always asked when I first started sharing, when I was asked to start sharing, it was like well, the first thing I began with is and the first, I suppose, website and the first attempt at bringing the information out. My at the time it was called the Modi Society.com back then. That was the first website. And what does Modi Order mean? It's the sacred breath, the journey of the sacred breath of life. Because the breath is so powerful in terms of imprinting, in terms of manipulating, in terms of, moving energies around and working with people, that the breath is so powerful. I had asked that to be sure that your breath is sacred. And to have the sacred breath, um, remind you will remind you just how powerful you are and just how powerful your influence can be on others if you are optimized into your spiritual side, your physical side. All your energy systems are firing 111%, and your field of energy is powerful enough that it can also speak on its own. You have to be very sure that you have the sacred breath, because we know first fire and the power of first fire. So when you come into anything like this ceremony, that's why our ceremonies are so powerful. They don't mess around. We don't take no prisoners. And I'm sure Kahioku's not taking any prisoners too. What she's doing is just kick ass. But always be aware that your breath must be sacred. There's so much to that. What I just said, there's so much to keeping the importance of the breath sacred, not just the breath work and having lighting the fire within the breath, but its intention, which doesn't have breath. The intention is totally also with it's like having breath without breath. The vibration and frequency and magnetics, of course. Now, Robert is sharing right there. Hello, Robert. I'm not sure whether we've met yet, Robert. Be happy I'm happy to invite you on for questions. Again, this is live and interactive here on Huna Flash TV. If you have a question or you want an answer or even a quick comment, a quick conversation, come on, Huna Tamake. We'll share the link right there. There's the link right there. Come on and have a conversation. We like to see who you are, show your face. And when you show your face, we ultimately will know your vibration and your frequency. Okay, and just what it is you're talking about. Got to be mindful of that, okay? Because I can read you pretty quickly. And also, especially when you're doing readings like this, Tamaki, people have said yes. People have said yes. Now, when they say yes, they're opening their field and they're opening their hearts. They're ready for the, let us say, the Huna to share with them. I don't say guru, I don't say teacher. You know what I say? They are following, and they're ready to follow. The Huna speaks, and then all manner of magic and all manner of information and wisdom and knowledge will come through. Robert, he says he's on the Big Island performing polarity integration work, map reading, the right mathematical vector codes, and he's too busy to come in and show us here, but he's not too busy to tell us all of his wisdom while he's doing and performing polarity integration work. Come on, Robert, that's just, come on now. I know you got time to come in and show your face. Give us some of that aloha. Never mind all that science. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, get along there with Huna Tamahake and get the birth chart readings, Lemurian birth chart readings. It has everything that Robert's going off about and has so much more. But it's shared in a certain way. It's shared in multiple dimensions, yeah, in multiple ways, in many ways, such as the Hunascope of many ways. Come on, Robert, come on in. You got the link right there. Come say hello.
Join us.
If you're on the Big Island, I want to see you. I'm an elder of Hawaii, so let's just get it over and done with, okay? Bring all it in, brah. Bring it in, brah. Can. I've got quite a few family members in the Big Island. So anyway, if Robert comes on, that'd be great. Any one of you would like to come visit, got a question, come visit. Let's see your face. I would like to see the Swedes from Sweden here. If you guys have a question or want to chat briefly, come on in and we'd like to see the Swedes. You know, we were just at the Stargate in Sweden, in Gotland. So very happy to welcome there Huna Kim. She's asking, well, you got to ask a question. You got to come on, Kim. I'm not going to answer until you show your face. Okay, show your face.
Yeah. This is a good question that she
Don't
had.
Don't tell her the answer. Don't tell her the answer.
I'm not. The question came up. And I said, you know, that would be something we could ask Huna at some point. So come join us.
Yep.
She was one of the first readings that booked. She was the first person who emailed me before I opened the bookings publicly. Was Tarakuya.
All right.
Yes, she's very excited about whenever the course comes out, which I don't know when. But
Robert,
come out
we're on StreamYard. Robert, the link is right. There's the link right below you, below your. You should know we're not on Zoom. I don't use Zoom. I use Streamlink. But we also, you know, we have. Okay, Rebecca's beat you to it.
Yeah, she's joined us before.
Yes, Rebecca. She's by the pool. You're on mute.
Muted.
You're muted. Rebecca.
Unmute yourself, and then we have Tarakuya on deck.
Now
Can
we
you
have
hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
I got a hairdo like Huna.
Nice.
I thought I'd copy you.
I'm starting the trend again, am I? Oh, we got a lineup of 3 people now.
2 on deck. That's awesome.
3 on deck. Robert's here now.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, Rebecca. Ask a question quickly.
Yeah, I just wanted you to talk about the solar flash on the 15th. If you had anything to talk about for us, please.
Yes, let me do that. Let me just say to everybody who's on deck right now, there are 5 of you on the lineup, so don't run away. Just hang out there for a moment, and we'll bring you in to get the question. Yes, September 15th is the solar flash. There are many, or there are multiple dimensions to that technology, which is the solar flash. But my prediction and my prophecy of the solar flash for September 15 has a few, let me say a few reasons why I have spoken to that date. One is it's Yeshua's birthday, or Jesus' birthday. This is the teacher, the human teacher, This is not the blown up version that you guys all know Jesus for, the biblical. This is the human teacher who traveled the planet teaching. It's his birthday on September 15th, celebrating that. Also, it is the birthday of Matea. This planet ascended essence is spoken of as Matea, which means the planet of new light. And that is taking place at the same time. It's also the birth sign of the dove, which is in September. The dove is the birth sign. So if you are of September, if your birth month is September, then you are in the dove. This is called Namu Motu. That's from 2, that's 3, and those are enough reasons why the solar flash also on that alignment. The solar flash energy is entering inside the planet, and it enters through. There's what is called the seal. Right now, the seal is built follows the line of 33 volcanoes circling the planet. 33 volcanoes, and there are three mountains that are at a particular location of on the planet, part of that 33 volcanic grid line. I forget that the code and the number for the volcanic grid line. It's been years since I thought about it, but those three mountains are Mount Shasta, Mount Fuji, and Mount Taranaki. Does anybody know where Mount Taranaki is? It's in the Polynesian Triangle in New Zealand. It's the guardian of the southern door, the door of the child, which is the Southern Cross. Okay, it's the God. Now, those three mountains are receiving energy from the solar flash to help absorb the energy and bring it into the internal world of our planet, as you know. Now, September 15th, we are gathering in Mexico on the Goddess Island, which is in Cozumel. It's the birthplace of Atlantis. When Lemuria fell, it came back to the peace, and then Atlantis 1 was created in that location. Atlantis 1 came into being from the nature. Then, so we're having it on that, and there's we've got a good attendance, good number of attendees coming. But on September 15th, we are having the Solar Flash Global Meditation, and I'll be doing a guided meditation for that day. And we're going to go live on StreamYard, and we've got a lot of people attending that so far, so it's easy to sign up to that. Join us on there. That's going to be one heck of a incredible connection. Your telepathics will rise. What's gonna happen to you? What are the benefits to you? Your connection will strengthen to the telepathics, to the communication of our species around the world. You will meet new friends. You will meet old friends. You will receive more remembering. You will receive so much love. So much incredible love from all the sweet, sweet dearly beloveds connecting in there. You will not only clear your lineage line, you won't have to dump it and throw it out with the bath water. You will be able to keep the knowledge and the wisdom that has come to you through those lineages without burning out the lineage, okay? Without burning everybody out, with keeping the love alive. Right? Through the tears of the dragon. This is so much more. There's so much more during that. I would say that the so much more would be best consumed in person, best enjoyed in person. But okay, you can't be in person, then please join us on the solar meditation. Okay, is that enough, Rebecca, for you?
Yeah, I'll join you on the live. I can't make it there in person. And then I was just going to say Crosby, Stills, and Nash has a good song called Southern Cross.
Yeah, I think I remember that song.
Yep, and thank you for having me on. I know there's a bunch waiting, and I'll keep listening. Thank you, hon.
Thank you for joining us. We've got next in the lineup. Who's next in the lineup, Tamake? We've got Tarakuya. Huna Tarakuya. For those who are in the lineup, please hang out and just where did she go?
She disappeared.
Uh-oh.
Did you boot her by
No.
accident?
Did I boot you by accident, Tarakuya? Come on back, please. I apologize. No, I don't think I did. I was certain I didn't. Ooh, I'm sorry. Okay, let's just connect to Robert here briefly. Hey, Robert, nice to meet you. Aloha.
Hey, how are y'all doing?
You've got an interesting accent for being in the big island of Hawaii.
Well, maybe if I'm going to introduce myself, the easiest way to do this, because I don't know the different levels that others are operating at, running an operating system, right? So what I will say is this. In 2016, I had a full phosphorus ignition. If you understand what a full phosphorus ignition is, that's going full cosmic level avatar. That means that I'm getting information that I'm sensing from every living cell, wherever there is a living cell membrane. It's risky to do that. And the reason it's risky to do that is because it's known as a mated chip. When you're a mated chip, it means that you're now processing an enormous amount of information and data because you're getting data from every living cell. Okay. And if your brain is not accustomed to having to process that much information, then your brain is going to shut down and you'll go into comatose. So how did I know to do that exactly on December 15th? Because I work with a security team. I don't know where I'm going to be from one minute to the next because I get a prompt. I'll get a self prompt on where I'm supposed to be. And that's because of security protocols as a result of operating in an AI environment. So I'll start with that.
Okay. So what's your question?
Well, my first question is how you're all doing, because as you probably know, we're cleaning the servers out. So everybody, what that means is we're getting rid of all the goo codes, all the circuitry that everybody's been held captive to that's draining energy out of their living cellular membranes.
Yes, that's one way of saying it for sure. Absolutely. So what Robert is saying, sweet dear ones, and I hope you know, I'm sure you understand what he's saying. Is that he himself is connecting even deeper, that he's sharing within the cellular memory and the cellular connection. Have you had your rods? So you have a system, we call it the rods of God, Robert. Have you had that modality serviced for you? It's an expansion of your voltage system.
Yeah, what I do is for the last 2 years, I've been spending a lot of time by myself in order to go back to mindful breathing, to maintain, if you will, that state of peace, that is state of eternal peace, that state of eternal balance, that state of eternal harmony, that state of eternal rhythm. So if the rhythm and the balance of the plasma waves, you're experiencing that perfect rhythm, that perfect music, because you're experiencing being one with all creation. So I'm experiencing being one with all of you. So I'm equal unto all of you, because every plasma wave that is represented by every plasma wave, which is every unit of consciousness, is experiencing being in perfect balance with the first one, which is the first cell. I'm a crystal spiral. I'm a guardian.
Or even do you, and I could say that, typically this is done with another person. You can't do it by yourself. But this is like having your mechanic show up at your door and running your diagnostics.
As you know, I allowed myself to be programmed to use the language that I'm communicating to you with, but that's not the language of the founders' races.
No, it's not. So That's why I'm saying it's kind of like when you have your local mechanic show up to your door and put you on a dynometer and run your measurements. You haven't had that, have you?
Yes.
Okay,
exactly.
We can do that. I can do that. This is one of the things. And what we do is run your measurements and run your meter and meter your system with your voltage system to see which level of fractal level. You see, when you're talking what you're saying, you are moving into the area, fractal level area of the planet. And the level of this planet is fractal level 11, which is a planetary being.
Right.
And a planetary being is at the level of meditating for 5 billion years plus. Now, Buddha is gauged at 500 million years. And that being a gauge, part of a gauge, is that your abilities are to be able to meditate at up to at least 500 million years and beyond. Now you get to 5 billion, you become a level 10, level fractal 11 being. That's a planetary being.
Well, I'll share a couple of things with you. When I was 4 years of age, you know what a command function is with the elemental command, correct?
Absolutely. The old DOS shell had him.
Okay. So I gave a command as soon as fetal integration takes place. I had this avatar up and running at 4 years of age. I issued a command function. Anything that is less than the founder's vibrational language is not what I am. Okay. So I gave an elemental command function that when my work is done, everything is to be completely uninstalled and completely erased.
Right.
So that means I go back to what I was before I came in here, which is what love is. It goes on forever, gifting electrons.
Sure.
So I'm an accelerator, which is an eternal accelerator. I'm not supposed to experience anything less than eternal love no matter where I go. When I understood that at 4 years, that means I got to transmute anything that is less than what I am, which is what love is. That's what I do.
So
Machine.
Yes.
So I don't experience any time.
I can translate this. Translating this now, you're going really quickly here, and I understand that's fine, but I can translate this to the sweet dear ones. What he's saying, sweet dear ones, is that goes through the undoing, the system of the undoing, which is an override of all programs.
That's right. That's right. I have override authority. Yeah, I have override authority. Yes, I do.
I'm very aware of it. I brought it to the system. Okay, so that's the undoing. What we call now, what the Hunas do.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, of course, because it's a Lemurian system, by the way.
Yeah.
And it's the system of nature. Well, which is nature? Lemurian is about embracing. The original is of course the undoing of for discovery must be undone. And so
you know how it is. There's the unnatural, and then there's the natural. So there's a natural way in which the form and flow of creation mechanics takes place. There's an unnatural form.
So the unnatural form is the Draconians.
Yes.
Draconian, the zodiac system, all of that.
Yes.
What we work with the Lemurian, which is the nature system. Okay. And so we are right in alignment with what you're saying, Robert. Especially the Hunas.
I try and keep this simple. It's like when I was a child, wherever you find love and living spirit, you'll find us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. And we all understand that. And the child, and this is the child, and everybody understands this, returning back to the
I try and keep it simple.
Yeah, there's some questions coming up. So thank you, Robert. Thank you for that sharing.
Hey,
that's enough information for everybody to begin to take on.
Mua.
Yeah, mua. Yeah, ki mua. Yeah, waki mua, ki mua. And Kimuri and Kimua. Okay, so Kimuri is the first. Oh, good to see you again. And Kimua is to continue forward. Okay, continue on. All right, Robert. We'll see you again. Okay, we have Tarakuya who's been waiting. Sorry, sweet dear ones, wherever you went to. Hopefully you'll come back. Huna, you're muted.
Unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you all?
Good.
So Huna Flash, when Tamake and I did my reading, the question came up, the stars that we are seeing in our sky currently, will those change as we continue to physically ascend, because we'll be, you know, in a different position, shall we say, or will we always be able to see like the constellations of the Draconian, for example, if it was a Scorpio, like we could see that, those star systems, or when will we be able to see our, you know, the different Motu?
Yeah, that it's very interesting. The optics of which you are seeing things in the atmosphere and in the night sky, you have to realize we are surrounded by water. Don't forget we're surrounded by water. Things have changed. Things have moved. I believe it's up to 7 degrees. But it's like when you when you stand over a body of water and you put a stick in there, right? You put a stick in the water. Which angle does that stick? It changes angle when it comes beneath the surface of the water, right? And so you have to remember that you are surrounded by water, and that the optical angles and the prism of light, the spectrum of light, and the angle of light change. They're not exactly what you see in front of you. They're in other. Now, we will have to kind of connect to that through our heart and our telepathics and our voltage system. We really need the voltage system to be kick ass, all right? Because it's seeing beyond your eyes, right? It takes you to through the telepathic view, through the energy, rather than through your optic nerve. Not that you don't trust your eyes, and you know you can. It's useful to have some eyes on, but it's useful to have your feelers, your connectors also working. Everything's got to be firing here. Yes, they are in different locations. When was it? It was a number of years ago when it was being announced that things were shifting. Ancient new stargates were appearing back in the cosmos. Of course, we don't have a telescope. We're not privy to a telescope as others are, scientists are. That would be great to have a telescope to, you know, and just extend our vision further. But because you are now connecting through the reading, connecting to your motu, hang on to that motu and allow it to take you through there. Hang on to, and learn more about the medicine, because it's connected to, it is of the constellations above and below, and be with it on the ground as well, because on the ground it's got to move where it's wherever it is moving in the celestial, it will be on the ground. You got see, this is a very difficult part. You see, Huna, means you got to get out and show up and go and do some of the missions. Come to some of the stargates, and what you will find around it is medicines. And if you either you're going to find some of the medicine, which is the constellational medicine on the ground, you're either going to discover this, or maybe you already know and you need to go and visit. There will be sacred sites. There will be interesting discoveries, more discoveries opening for you. I would recommend that versus trying to get on a starship and go and find out. To expand your voltage system to connect through the energy, the electromagnetic field that is between planets. This is how I do some of my journeying through that field. Of course, many do, or in through the DNA, as it has already been. It will be a historic future, so it's already known. It's been guaranteed, but we continue to guarantee things, and then connecting into those feelings. You need the 9 senses. You really do. Sharpen your 9 senses. Work on those 9 senses. Those 9 senses, if you, sweet dearly beloveds, if you don't know, join the Dragon Masters and begin your journey of the 9 senses. I had a conversation with Magenta Pixie some time ago, and it was quite revealing for her as she works with the 9. And I shared about what the 9 truly is, really what I believe it to be. And it was quite profound for her, this recognition. So get through the 9 senses. That's beyond your optical.
I will say that when we were in St. Michael's Mount, right, when we were doing the undoing, doing the undoing.
Yeah, I'm doing.
Yes, that modality of the rods of God was a very powerful experience. I really recommend anyone who is thinking on that to learn that and to be able to incorporate that knowledge for you so that you can expand that into your own community. It's beautiful.
Absolutely. Going to be doing some of that on September 15th, but also at the other, whenever chance I can get to being and others can come to it, I try to do it, energy permitting, because as you know, it's very energetic, a lot of integration that's needed. Okay, but yeah, certainly,
Well,
I hope that answers the question. Okay,
yes, thank you. Yes, thank you for that. And for sure be looking forward to a future Stargate experience.
yeah, that's the deal right there. I've got Kiev coming up. I'm hope to get to Kiev, which is the final Stargate for the Lamb. That's going a heck of a powerful energy in that location for that Stargate. But yeah, and any one of them are super powerful. Whether you're feeling it right away, you're gonna feel it. You're either gonna get it on when you're riding on the dragon, or you're grabbing a hold of the dragon's tail. You're on the ride.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you, Tamakea, for your work. It's so intense, and it was beautiful. I had a beautiful experience in learning of that and understanding more. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Wawa.
Brandy, come back.
There was, I believe there was a Brandy.
Yes, Brandy
and
Metcalf.
And who else?
Kelly who just wanted to come vibe, say hi.
Come on back and say hi, Kelly, if you wish. Brandy and you as well. I apologize. Sometimes we get carried away, and it's you just got to kind of wait. But thank you. There is somebody here, Earth Sign. They say there's a battle for control of Stargates on Hawaii. Earth Sign, I will let you know there was only one Stargate in Hawaii with a few portals. I was the one that reset the frequency for the Stargate in Maui, okay, in Iao Valley. There is a portal in Kauai that needs to be shut down, and there are other portals on Maui and in different areas of Hawaii that need to be shut down because of the military. Okay, we got work to do, sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds. And of course, the Stargate in Hawaii and Maui, it has a lot of energies, heavy energies, distorted energies flying around all around it. So it needs to be another maintenance crew go over there to just reset and clear that field. So that's the work to do. Ilsan, if you have questions, why don't you come on and ask a question? I see you got a lot to say here, and I don't know that I know you, Earth Sign. Don't believe in me. Come on and have a little chat, Earth Sign. I see you're talking about nuclear. You're talking about X-rays, satanic energy. I don't know if that's a question mark or a knowing. No, it is not satanic energy. For the collector, me, your psychic friends, you cleared a bunch of bad energy in the radio. Come on and share about this with us, okay? There may be some, gaps in communication and wording that we could address, I'm sure. Yeah, go ahead. Come from Canada and come right in. We got the link right there. Yeah, we don't mind anybody from Canada. I know BC very well. I've done a lot of work over the years with the First Nations in the 80s. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Robert. Wonderful connecting with you. Yes, very powerful. Of course, we are with you on all of what you say. We are with you, brother. Know that we are with you. So get a reading with Huna Tamakea. I beseech thee.
There's 3 spots left for this week.
Oh, only 3 spots.
Mm-hmm.
That's things are selling out like hot fry bread, as Huna Marawawa say. Get your reading here now. Where they go selling like hot fry bread with sugar on top. I'm sure.
You want to know who booked with me while you were chatting with our guests?
No.
Marawawa
booked. Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
Bring on that sugar for the fry bread. Yeah.
So that actually, I have a question. How would we say fry bread in Lemurian?
Oh, but there's one way we speak to bread on our side, which is interesting enough. It's called paki paki. We call it paki paki, and paki paki means to applaud. How much the paki paki means to give her a clap, ladies and gentlemen. So it's a celebration. That's is it bread? Well, yeah. Is it? Well, why doesn't it sound like bread? Well, it's because it's more than just bread. When we in the ancient New, we speak of things that are nutritious for us, for food and health, and okay, maybe fried bread is not so healthy, or maybe it is. It's soul food. Pucky pucky. Give her a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. She's about to give you some hot fry bread. Someone is asking what kind of fee. Well, Kelly, just go ahead and book it. It's a fee that is doable. It's a doable fee, all right. So just go ahead and book that reading and get in because it's going like hot fry bread apparently. So I'm waiting for Earth Sign to find the courage to show he or him or her face. Oh, I don't know if it's a him or her, whatever pronoun you're using. Earth Sign, come on in and have a chat. Happy to do discover all the time. I'm happy to discover. There's the link. Today is about a mass dragon ride. And as we are speaking, we are going through somewhat of a dragon ride because the things we talk about are very high energies. There are vortexes and portals, and then there are stargates. And that's a whole nother thing, okay? But we've got all that energy passing through and connecting to us in this conversation. So we always ask that your breath be sacred, meaning just be a little bit, just be a little bit easy on each other. There's a lot of communications going on. Yeah, Pucky Pucky is on like Donkey Kong, Marawawa. Kick ass. Earth sign is a she, and this received as your pronoun.
What were you assuming pronouns? Sorry, I was.
Well, I didn't know if Earth sign was a he or she,
Oh, so
or
you
they
what
or
to
them,
assume.
or those or thou'st, or hitherto or hitherthee. Stormy sleep, tenakwe. Stormy sleep. Why don't you come on in and ask a question? Yes, are you having some eggs on a fry bread right now? Fried egg on a fry bread. That's amazing. Let me tell you. Kick ass. Kick ass. Tu mata. Yeah. Okay. Stormy sleep. Thank you for that. Now you just made me hungry, mate. Just made me bloody hungry. Now I'm seeing fry bread with a little icing sugar on it. Oh man. I've made bread. I cook, Tamaki. You know that I cook.
I do know.
And I'm just shy of making fry bread because I do want to get a deep fryer, and I'm kind of shy of going to buy a deep fryer because once I get a deep fryer,
yeah,
it's like
it's going to be more than fried bread with you.
It's
going to be the chicken, like anything that you can fry. You're going to do it.
It's going to be frying the skin off anything. Huna, good to see you from there. Reykjavik in Iceland. Good to see you, Huna. Father of love, the father of love. Wawa, Father. Wawa. Okay, Earth sign, come on now. Let's go. Let's do this. Kick ass. Yeah. I'm sure you got some wonderful things, some missions to speak about. I'd love to hear a little bit about your work. And you were saying that you're connecting to Hawaii and those kinds of things. So you're talking about energy. They say there's a battle for control of stargates in Hawaii. No, that's a battle for the dark portals. Those are not stargates. They need to be cleaned up. So, yeah, come on. Don't be shy. Earth sign, don't be shy. Yeah, as soon as if I go ahead and get that deep fry, it's on like Donkey Kong, man. I'll be frying all manner of things and putting icing sugar on top. And I had it's been incredible being home, I tell you. We just share this for a moment. You know, I shared it on the 44 days, but now that after I've been home for what, 3 weeks, 2 weeks? 2 weeks, I think it's just 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. Just the 2 weeks have been amazing. I feel so much lighter, and all the energies integrated and or disseminated or uploaded to where it needs to go, to all the sweet, sweet dear ones for you to get the information. I've been uploading like crazy, and it was good to have help here by Huna Hawaii Ka, who was visiting here and there's a little pampering going on. So she was doing the cooking and cleaning, and I was just being spoiled. And now I gotta cook myself. Somebody come back and cook for me. Otherwise, I'll get in trouble and I won't stop cooking. You know, I'm supposed to be I'm on the fasting program, 16-hour fast, intermittent, and I'm doing good. It's been strong for 2 weeks now. And but you know, if I'm cooking now, it's like I cook at all manner of intermittence. It's like a intermission every other hour.
Yeah, waking up at 2:30 and having a full meal.
Yeah, I haven't done that in a minute. Somebody stop me. So I'm doing between 10 and 12 is breakfast, and then dinner is not till 6 o'clock. And I don't eat again, nothing after 8 o'clock, and I don't eat again till the next day. So I've been doing that, running my 16s. What's that question right there?
That's not a question. That's a more feedback from Tarakuya.
There's a feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, go ahead and book that on. I booked it up. Is it Kelly?
It's always a load of fun. It's not work for me at all. So whenever anybody comes to hang out, like I always say, thanks for coming to play with me, because that's what it is.
Absolutely.
And that's what it's supposed to be.
However it is, Huna, the magic is the awakening. Mm-hmm. The magic part of that awakening is what they're going to bring to society once you've done something like this for them.
Yeah.
And what they will do next. What is the next move? What is their next move? Well, we know, they can jump into the Dragon Masters, or, Kelly Gates, you and I are old friends. It brings you joy to see me. Why don't you come on and chat, Kelly? Because
you were on here earlier. Come hang out.
Let's just see what your new face looks like, since the old one has changed so much. Mine is. And are we talking this lifetime or another lifetime? Of course, all lifetimes. And perhaps it's been a minute. Go ahead and jump in. Oh, yes, air fryers. That's the one, Huna.
Oh.
But I don't know if I want to use air for frying yet. I'm not sure. Even it's guilt-free. Okay, I get it. I mean, just the word fry. The word frying is the thing. But I thought about the air fryer. I don't know yet. I'm working on planning to move to Cozumel very soon, as soon as I can here. I want to be moving over to Cozumel before the end of the year for sure. And so there's a whole new set of kitchenware I need to consider. Because I also have the rooftop, which has a palapa, which is a rooftop kitchen under a nice, beautiful palapa. And I'm trying to consider what I'm going to put on that rooftop. So there's a kitchen on the roof, and a kitchen in the house, and a kitchen in the backyard, and a barbecue in the backyard. It's going to be kick-ass, Huna, kick-ass.
So for anybody who doesn't know what a palapa is, can you explain what a palapa is?
Palapa is a tiki hut,
mm-hmm.
A grass hut. In other words, a grass shelter on the top of a you get some sticks and you put them up, and then you put a grass roof on it. That's a palapa. In Mexico, it's a palapa. In Polynesia, the tiki hut. And Kelly's going to a birthday party in a car with family. No time to chat. Sorry. Okay.
Oh, so she's going to go hang out with a dove, it sounds like.
Okay. Someone's
Yeah.
got a birthday. This
Yeah.
is the dove, the Namu. Okay. You're going to celebrate with the dove? Fantastic. Billy Joe Hunt. You have to go to join the Dragon Masters course, Billy Joe Hunt, to learn and experience and receive the knowledge of the 9 senses. You will not find that information on Google. And that is part of my courses. Good question. And the answer is go and join up. Dragon Masters. Do you have a link there, Huna Tamaki?
Not for the Dragon Masters. I'll go grab it.
Yeah, if you can, drop it in there. That'd be great. And Rebecca, you can't wait to move to your next place as well? Fantastic. Let me just share. Let me just share about my new place. It's a villa on the island of Cozumel. It's on the coastal highway, which is not a very big highway. It's a wonderful road, which across the road from me is the Caribbean Sea. Part of my villa, we have an ocean club, which has a gym and a swimming pool, which is right on the water's edge. So I walk across the road from my villa and just go straight to our club, which has a gym and pool and stuff. My villa itself has 3 levels: ground level, first floor, and the rooftop. And on the rooftop, it has the tiki hut. The villas are designed this way to overlook the sea. So about a couple 100 feet away from me is the Caribbean Sea. And so there, it is a gated community. So it's a security gate with security guards. What I love about it also is on the street level, right parallel to my villa, is my new office, where my new office is going to be. So it's kind of attached, but it's one office of a series of offices that run along that highway and has parking and has secured entrances and private entrances and public entrances. So it's all really manageable. And I'm looking forward to taking things to the next level when I move there. We'll be moving into high gear with all of our humanitarian funding that we are receiving to do all of our work and our projects around the world. And I will be needing a place, and I need that set up so I can have meetings, the kind of meetings that we're going to be having. We'll be producing and creating incredible projects for humanity. Okay, so involved in health, health and prosperity, which includes fitness. So I'm looking forward to that. I've been in my home here in Playa del Carmen for it's moving into its 6th year now. And when I first came to Mexico, I was actually looking at moving to Cozumel. That's where I wanted to go to, but I'm kind of glad I took my time. You know, I have Mexican residency, and so and I have the ability to create and own businesses and own property in Mexico. So that's all set in place for me now, and I'm ready to take the Hunas into the next dimensions with what we're doing physically. And bring something shiny to Europe, bring something shiny to the Americas, bring something shiny to the planet, and then bring more love, of course, and being able to share our modalities at the speed of light, and complete more seals, which is my number one reason for being on Earth, is to complete the seals. Okay? That's why I'm here. That amongst many things, but that's the big one. Okay, so there's a bunch of comments being made here. What is this?
Kahioku, get on here.
Yeah,
She has a question.
You want to talk about the inception conception point? Yeah, come on and ask. And Kirsty, what did you say? You like to help with the projects? Yeah, absolutely. There'll be a lot of employment positions coming up for the House of Huna, well-paid positions, and a lot of travel. So get ready for a lot of travel. Robert is sharing. What's he sharing there? He parked in. He's in a.
There she is. There she is. Meow.
Hello there.
Hello.
There she is.
Good to see you.
It's good to see you guys.
Where are you? What are you doing? Sitting in your bedroom?
No, I'm actually sitting in my living room. So I don't know that I had fully had my clothes on proper. That's why I was like, how's this?
Yeah. Oh, good. What was that? Yeah, you were asking what?
I kind of wanted to understand the Waho Stargate since I am the turtle. So
yeah. Let me share. Let me bring this from Maui's perspective, okay?
Yeah.
Since Maui and Hawaii is the thing. Maui is the first civilization of Lemuria. It was on top of the mountain. It's a 6-pointed star. The 6 points of that star are anchored by 6 little villages, 6 little towns, and they're known now in Hawaii. One area is called Hokipa, or Hokipa, is sometimes they say, the way the Hawaiians like to speak Polynesian. Hokipa, that's in the northeast. Well, that's in the east, sorry. Then there's Paia, which is in the it's just southeast. Paia. Then there is Kahana, which is in the northeast. Okay, then there's Iao Valley, which is where the Stargate is, in the northwest. Then there's Whareatara, which is Haleakala, as everybody says it. That's the mountain in the southwest. And then there is Kihei, which is the beach directly west opposite Hokipa, right? Kihei Beach. Now, Kihei Beach and that highway along Kihei Beach goes all the way up to Lahaina, okay? All the way around to Lahaina. But that beach, Kihei, see, the Hawaiians changed the language after Pearl Harbor. They started changing, or they took letters and changed them from the Maori language, because it's the Maori language they speak. But they started changing it, adding more O's to the O instead. So instead of it being O, it's O, or O. All day long is O. But in Kihei, it originally is a T, which is Tihei. Right? So that is Tihei, which Tihei, you know which it is, which is the sacred breath, Tihei Mauri Ora. Tihei is the recognition of the first breath, which is what? Water. And that is in the west. Okay, now that's aligned to the water star, which is the moon. We talk about that being the angel's door. Why is it the angel's door? Who's the angel? There's only one angel, and then there's only one hero in our story, and that's the child of light. That is the light, the spark of light. The other direction, so that's what we call the inception point. The conception point is in the Southern Cross, in the Tona, in the southern hemisphere, or in that direction, which is connecting through Whareatara, which is where in the consciousness, centering into the consciousness, or locating it in the consciousness, the understanding of conception, as you know how that's created, I'm sure. Sure, you know how conception comes about, right?
yes. Yes, I do.
And inception is when is the point where and this is an instant thing. It's incredibly powerful and incredibly instantaneous of the all nows. It's the all now, the spark. The spark. A lot of movies about the spark. A lot of movies, like there's all kinds of AI movies talking about the spark. Like the what do you call those robot things on the movies of those
Oh, the
robots?
Transformers?
Transformers talk
Yeah,
about
the
the
all
spark,
spark.
right?
Yeah.
The all spark. It's funny enough, the AIs want to have an all spark too. So the inception conception point from the Honumotu, this is the guardian of the door of the door of the water star, the cosmic navigator, navigating the energy, the spark, and navigating the conception point to activate inside the 6-pointed star, inside the primary, to the center of the primary instantly. So as soon as conception hits, inception is happening. As soon as conception is met, and it meets inception, and the light, the spark hits instantly. That is what I've always spoken of as the Big Bang. To me, that's the Big Bang. The Big Bang was there before anything. Inception and conception was the beginning of the universe, but it was also the universe bringing the Big Bang. It's instantly, it's like the before and the after happening at the same time. Bam. Think about that for a minute. It's mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. Stay on, will you? Let's bring Hitu Mata on here.
Yes.
Let's have a little group session. Hello, brother.
Hello. How are you doing?
Hello. Very good. Good to see you. Introduce
Hello.
me to.
How are you doing?
This is Huna Kahioku over there in Nashville, Tennessee.
Hi.
Hitu Mata over there in the Netherlands.
Very nice.
Yep.
I like that shirt.
Hello. How are you
The
doing?
pepper camp.
Yeah, of course.
From the camp of the pepper camp.
Yes. I just wanted to say hello, and I'm very blessed by all the gifts that you are all giving to humanity. It is just mind-boggling how much has been revealed in the last half year with me and my sister. It's just such a beautiful time to be alive, and I wish that a lot of people would just experience what I'm experiencing now. It's so beautiful. Yes, so thank you very much, Huna, and
Feeling
all the
your heart. Feeling your heart, brother. Thank you so much. Can feel your heart. Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
And you know, I've had the pleasure of spending much time with you as we've been in the dragon rides together and the
Yes.
seals together, and I can feel your heart and how big it is and how much it's growing and how much you have grown. It's amazing every time your Huna pops up. You know, I often say to many, you know, if we have sovereign light and we are also of the one light, how do we know which one am I? You know, well, your heart, I can feel your heart inside of all the light. I'll pick you out of there. Just I can pluck you right there. You are. Feel it. There's the difference, the sovereignty. So I know when, you know, in the dream, like many of the Hunas, maybe all the Hunas. That's a lot of Hunas now, but I can, you know, I can pluck you out of the light where I can feel you in the dream time, especially.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Especially in the dream time. Yes.
yeah. And in the quiet time, I see you and feel all of you. But I'm so happy to see you here. Thank you.
Yeah,
And Kaihoku, we were just talking about inception, conception, and there's a few other explanations coming up there. Robert's come highly technical language, which is great, which is saying the same thing. And that the inception, conception part, so much power. So much power, more power than a million suns. So powerful to generate something so instantly from before and the after to happen at the same time in the now is takes it just it's this incredible amount of power. Source love, it's the incredible amount of love. And even if they had even if the conception and inception points have come about through trauma, through um, without consent. Let me say, even if the energy has come through without consent, it is an incredible gift, regardless, to the world. What comes within that spark and within that moment is so much wisdom and knowledge and information that's being shared to humanity. The lessons of love, yeah, with
Yeah.
consent or without consent. Uh, the conception point happens regardless of intention.
Mhm.
It can happen regardless. Let it be, though we want to say, joyful memory. With consent. With consent is a little more joyful than without consent. Um,
Mhm.
well, not a little, a lot. So I don't know if that answers your question. If it really is a question, Kahioku,
Yeah,
it's
it is very curious about going back through all of that. And I feel like it's a huge part of what we're all going through, you know?
yeah. I mean, so okay, so if the child is the infinite light, for me, is the most eternal one, the most infinite one is the light, is the child, light of the child. The decision being made, whether it be masculine or feminine, mother or father, they will need the child. It requires that key. It requires the child's light to decide to have whether you're a tree or a bird or a whale or a dolphin or a piece of a blade of grass. Somebody's going to be the child. Someone's going to be decided to be mother or father from the child, the seed, the energy, the energy, the light of the child, and the child's going to decide whether be mother or father. Child is needed for this, so it's like your decision. You decide right there. You
Mhm.
decide. You decide which way this is going to be. You decide which motu. You decide which source energy you're going to represent through the motu's benevolence or
And
malevolence.
and the child of light is of course part of the Trinity. So you have mother, father, child, and that triangle is the real Trinity. I
They,
feel.
yes, they all come together in the child. The child
Yes.
decides. The child decides whether mother or father. The child will decide its gender, pronoun, if you like. Matters not. Consent given or not given, that the spark of the light of the child is going to enter through the
Mhm.
conception and the inception point. Going to hit right there.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
that's the trajectory that I speak of. The trajectory for the inception point is coming from the water star, which we refer to as the door, the angel's door, where that inception spark of the child's coming through. That is the formless. And from the conception is the form, the spark of the
Yes.
form, the spark of the formless. Boom.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now, when, when we kick ass, when we kick ass, um, when we remember, and you went to church and you went to Catholic school and these things, and you went to church, and it was always like from the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. We would hope that the mother was spoken of as the Holy Spirit, yeah, but not wasn't not always. It was hope. So, and where I'm from, we speak of the mother, the father, and the child, and the eternal
Mhm.
memory of the Holy Spirit and all the angels in supporting. In other words, all the Hunas
Mhm.
that support. Right? You know what Huna means. And so this is what I've always been with. As someone asked for my religion, well, it's religion in the Latin means family. Yeah, it's family. Relative. It's relative. E4 equals MC cubed, which makes it relative to the family, which includes love into that equation. Becomes a square box. It becomes multidimensional, fourth dimensional, and beyond. Becomes huge, a huge family. So somebody said, I never went to church as a child. My grandfather was my earth guardian. Amazing. Yes, of course. And one or two of us will stick out to you, mother or father, grandmother or grandfather. One of us will stick out to you, if not all of them, the whole family. But so, yes, the Trinity, you like to say, of course. And I'm raised through that, I'm brought up through that within the indigenous cultures. Yeah, what an amazing moment to be here, isn't it?
Oh, it is beautiful. Yeah. And I see here in Holland is the level of consciousness is rising without a shadow of a doubt. It's sort of crumbling away these lies and these deceptions, and it's like, oh, what is this all about, and blah blah blah. And I'm just giving them a few breadcrumbs to chew on, which is good.
This is great.
And just do it with humor, because that works really very good. Have you seen this rap that is now going through the charts with Donald Trump rapping away, and just it is just amazing. The whole black community is now he's one of our brothers, and it's totally, it's amazing.
I'm gonna say it. I will say it. My nigga. That's my nigga. I'm gonna say it. That's gangster.
It's gangster. Yes, gangster style. My God. Yeah. They're all having a total meltdown because that what their purpose was is just going totally backfired on themselves. It's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
it's beautiful.
was witnessing that the other day, and they have this picture of him with his cornrows. Here, it cornrows like that's real gangster, man. Shit. My nigga. I don't mind saying that because I've been there. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, that was
and Huna, the cracking has worked, because now a year later, the whole government is gone here in Holland. It's just vanished. They're all running away because they don't want to take a responsibility for what they've done, so they're trying to hide, but it's not working. It's madness here. Yeah,
this is amazing. I'm like, how you guys are functioning with all? What is it? The EU is coming down too. Like, I mean, Belgium and the Netherlands are your governments, but what about it's got to be hitting the EU pretty hard by now, no?
Oh yes, it is, and of course they know that the game is up. They know that the game is up. That's the whole beauty of it. They're done for. That's it.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna celebrate, no matter what.
We're going to appoint you, President Huna, Prime Minister Huna of the new world. Yeah, the new kingdoms are coming through. Yeah, it's been said that this was spoken some time ago, but I kind of just say about the 7 kingdoms of Lemuria are returning. Now,
Yes.
the nations and the multipolar tribes were going to be wanting to work with each other. They work together. They should be
Yeah.
allowed to be able to work together. And this could be whole, half a dozen or so nations and tribes that are going to work together. They will become a kingdom or a queendom. Or
Well,
what's
I
a
can
better
see
word?
it. I can see this happening in Africa in a big way, because now they're joining the BRICS, and the
Yeah.
new world order. They're just crumbling away. They have no power anymore,
No.
because they think, oh, well, yeah, we're not gonna work with you. In fact, Russia has put us the debt that Africa had with Russia. Putin has put a line through it.
Yeah.
He said
Yeah.
it's clear, it's
Yeah.
fine. And in fact, we're sending grain to you.
We're sending grain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a whole Africa is for Russia. So we're on the wrong end of history at the moment. We're the Nazis. Yes, it's like mad. That's it.
Yes, that's what happens when you don't. When you're going to hang on to the draconian, you'll get left behind. You're hanging on to the tail of the wrong dragon. There, I'm afraid. But exactly, it's beautiful to see that Russia has forgiven the debts of Africa and are bequeathing and gifting even more. And you got Trump becoming gangster within the black community, and then you got the black community in Africa that's just coming on, and Putin's being gangster too. Basically, everybody's just being gangster, man. It's like, so when I look,
they're all kicking ass now for humanity. They're all kicking ass.
Absolutely. What are you going to do? What's the next steps for humanity anyway? Those are the next steps, because there's nothing else that can. Everything else has been learned. The lessons are known. That's why they're crumbling away so easily. It's, say, we've done this shit before. I'm tired of this crap. Let's move on, right? And if that's not an awakening, and if that is not a response, then we can continue guiding and helping people go through a dragon ride, or pull some rods here and there, drop in some birth charts, just little reminders. This is huge, and everything's crumbling away so quickly. Crackings, doing the cracking, doing the continuum codes and dropping them in. Yeah, man, that's gangster.
Yeah.
That is
gangster.
That's gangster.
Yeah. So it's unstoppable. I really feel it that way. It's unstoppable.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? Just to speak to more of that, I know if anybody else has a question, let me just welcome Huna Katuama there in France. Good to see you again, Katuama. Welcome, bonjour. Although you're mostly over in Belgium, but bonjour. Who else we got? We got a. Okay, Richard's back. Hello, Richard. Good to see you there, Richard. Thanks for the kind words. And Shanti, Shanti, you were there last weekend, I believe. It's good to see you again. Thanks for popping in. We're just having fun here. Our sweet dear ones, having a little conversation about things crumbling. And, and so those who are coming to the foreground, who have come up, up through the mist, and we're floating at the top there, like the BRICS organizations, and the elders, and the dignitaries, and the prime ministers and presidents of those organizations. And you got Trump becoming gangster. You got Putin, who's kind of a gangster anyway, but I think he's really becoming benevolent. They only want the best for everybody now, because that's what's left. What is left to do? Nothing but the best is left to do. You save the best for last, fine. At least it's here now. Okay, you want to leave the best for last, fine. At least it's coming in now. And on the abundance side, or the dance of the bunny, and the dance of the
Yeah.
bunch.
Yeah.
We've got the new rate that's coming out from Iraq that's coming out this week, I hear. And you've got the new rate for the dong coming out. You got the currencies that finally floating to the top. We have even more expectations that are up to the hour, and this week maybe up to the minute. We're hanging on we're on the edge of our seat for this one, and everybody who was invested in these things, we just on the edge, ready to just throw a whole bunch of humanitarian funding at everything, at everyone, certainly at all the Hunas. I mean, just gonna kick ass, just go. All kinds of stuff to do here. We've got rebuilding to do to rebuild structures to the highest vibrations, including the kotahara, which will be put into the paint, so that all structures can be crystallized in the highest vibration. We're going to do it. We're about to do this. And that's what's remaining. That's all that can be done now. The only thing left in the universe is to do everything that's been left for the last. Is the best has been saved for the last.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only energy that's remaining now in the universe that hasn't been fully explored, which is about to be. Because the other crap has. We've been through all the lessons. The only thing left is to be the best that we can.
Mm-hmm. And I know for sure God has humor, is the cosmic humor that is going to be released, because one thing the devil doesn't have, and that's humor. It doesn't have this spark. It doesn't have it.
Yeah, we've saved the best for last for sure, and there's a lot of, I mean, it's been hilarious for the past 10 years. It's been hilarious.
Yeah.
Man, I'm cracking up, I've been cracking up all the way through for this rotation I'm on, and I'm like, just loving it. I'm just loving all of this. There's some other new names here. Double-edged sword. Nice to meet you. Sweet dear ones. K Hillman. Yes, welcome K. Good to see you. Good to you. Huna from Stargate 18 over there in Norway. Welcome. Such a pleasure being with you both. Thank you. If anyone else has a question, just come on in. If you got a joke, I'd love to hear it. Nakota's got a cosmic joke unfolding, or are you referring to that's what's happening? Okay.
I don't remember who it was. Somebody was asking how to book a reading. It's you see that link right there. www.quantumnavigator.earth. It's also in the YouTube description.
Get all over that link. We are highly recommending that you receive your birth chart, Lemurian birth chart reading. It's amazing. Double-edged sword. Wee doggies. I haven't heard that you must be from Kentucky or something, because I haven't heard that in a long time. Wee doggies. Did I just, what did I say, Kayoko? Am I right? Wee doggy.
Yes.
Pretty much. Hey, I'm a bit of a redneck myself, even though I don't look red. I'm red on the inside. Trust me, I'm red on the inside. What have we got here? We've got talking about silver and gold. Someone's mentioning silver and gold. Yeah, got to have a bit of silver. I hope you got a bit of silver. You can easily grab some silver. Go to the bank. It's like $25 to $30 for a coin. Grab a hold of some while you can, because you're not going to be able to pretty soon, and it'll be really well worth it. Grab some silver. Get a bit of gold. Great. I know some people here have got some silver and gold. That's amazing. That's all going to go. It's all going to be rock and roll, baby. Rock and roll with all of that in a minute. I grabbed a hold of some silver over here. The Libertad from the bank. They sell them at the bank. Mexico's got the most silver in the world. So I'm happy with that. Just try to, if you can. I know some have invested for the last couple of years and go, wow, when's this thing going to happen, Huna? Well, it's going to happen. At least you're only waiting 1 year. I've been waiting like 10 years. Some have been waiting 20 plus years. It's happening. We're on the edge of our seat. We're seeing things that we've never seen We're seeing things we never saw 10 years ago for sure, and we never saw like a year ago. The things that we're seeing now. So, well, there you go, Tamaki. Someone's giving you a what's up. What, you want a book? You want a book for two?
She wants a follow-up to go deeper into it, which is not something I've really thought about doing, but this might be interesting.
Okay, think about it now.
Yeah. So we also had Hirimata come in earlier in the comments. Yeah, Hirimata.
Ah, she was here.
Yes, she was talking about Russian ships being off of Maui to assist if they wanted.
That's what I heard, that they have actually the Russian subs in that have been in that area for a minute too, over on the Bering side. Coming down now, huh? They're coming in. That is good news. All right. Well, any other questions, you guys? Comments? Hang out. This week's going to be a pivotal moment this week. It's going to be huge switcheroo, massive codes. Yeah, Louise has been waiting since 212. Yes, absolutely. Dong and Dana. Even back then, Louise, you know, the dragon families, the dragon elders, the Chinese elders, who I am still working with, and who I initially began working with. There was no such thing as the Dong and Dinar currency changes back then, that in terms of transactions, in terms of transaction channels, because the Chinese elders and the individuals that I was connected to were creating transaction channels for humanitarian money to pass through to certain organizations and people who were doing the light work. That it never made it to us because some of those individuals were assassinated, one being one of my family members. And so since 2012, for sure, dragon families are different dragon families. Also back then in 2012, it was known as the Politburo, wasn't known, might have been just making the change from Politburo in Russia to the Black Sun, becoming the Black Sun. Let's bring Richard in with us while we're all sitting here, and then everybody can pick on Richard. So yeah, that's all coming through with all of that. And some have been waiting for many years now. Hello, Richard. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Yeah, you can pick on me.
Your hair's getting
Hey,
longer.
I had a question for you. It's getting there. But I was out this morning. I was walking on the Canadian Shield, and I remember you were talking a while back about that, and I was wondering if maybe you can talk a bit more about that. It's always fascinated me, and it's always drawn me to it. And in fact, today my sandals broke, so I was walking barefoot on it today. So it was nice. It was really nice. Yeah, and I want to say hi to my new partner here in crime, Max.
Oh, Max, take it to the max. Kick ass, Max.
Yeah, kick ass. We were out walking this morning, but yeah.
Canadian Shield. I did a lot of ceremonies up in that area in the 80s, you know, and above Lake Ontario and above in British Columbia, above there in the the North Territories, and around Saskatchewan, in Calgary, up in there, the Shield up there. Yeah, the ancestors in the stone. Also, there's the stories about the Mayan and the Aztec traveling across there too.
Okay, yeah. Interesting.
From Ohio through along the river of Ohio and further up north into the Canadian side, then not called Canada then, of course. They're still known as Turtle Island back then. And trails of there in these caves. There's caves and there's places up there where they were I suppose dug in, hunkered down in the winter. They were doing some travels, and all the way back down into the States again.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done some ceremonies up there. Incredibly powerful with the ancestors in the stone, in the shield, or the ancestor in the stone, we would say. You walk some of the dirt trails. Every other corner you went around, there was an ancestor in the stone, like everywhere. Like they were just everywhere, like amazing. You know, it's like monuments. It was like the monuments over in Dakota. There's in the Dakotas with the monuments. What do you call the monuments? But up there, it's like monuments everywhere. Where you look, a huge statue of an elder or an ancient being.
One reminded me of a big heart, and I went up and gave it a big hug. This big rock just sitting there.
Wonderful.
Chunk of granite,
Yeah. That's so in the time of Lemuria, when the shifting and the turtle was coming to be born, when the Hunamotu was coming into the form and shifting its energy, and Lemuria 2 was about to arrive. This is at the same time, in this period, it was affecting all the way across over to Ireland and Iceland and Europe, parts of Wales and Ireland and Wales, all the way across.
Mm-hmm.
You go from across from Canada, across Nova Scotia to Ireland over to Wales. That whole area was moving and to become the second Lemurian civilization, and then all the ancestors in there, in those stones, having walked on them in the 80s just to see where they were 300 million years ago. There they are, still there. I go to Ireland and I see them still there in Dingle Harbour, in the caves in Dingle Harbour, on the the Lemurian codes that are striations on the rock formations. If you get a crystal and you put the codes on it, so it's these lines, and on the walls in Dingle Harbour in Ireland, you go in the caves and the same thing. There are striations along the walls, all the way up about a couple hundred feet, or I can't remember. At least what I could see, 300 million years worth of coding. So, and those same coding and striations in the shield as well, in the Canadian shield, because you can see them there too. Yeah,
I've seen those veins of crystal in the rock that you talk about. Not necessarily in a setting like that, but I know what you mean. It's like a line within the rock that's just completely different and white and
veins. Crystal
veins. The veins in there. Yeah.
Well, that's
yeah,
good.
it's amazing, and I feel as though it's like one big giant consciousness within itself here. Like it's all formed. It's all formed for purpose and a reason, and it's like a big anchor or something.
There's so much in the details that when we speak about the Hunamotu, the Turtle Island, the history or the story of Turtle Island, when you go to visit the other nations and the tribes and the elders and the stone and the land and the water, the sky, the stories, there's so many stories.
Oh yeah.
Such wonderful education. I got education from there. I honor that education. I'm so grateful for that education. I know that everybody in the world had that education. So many have. I'm not the only one, but I understand it. And for our indigenous brothers and sisters, picking them, meeting them along the way, and even helping to pick them up as well. We've got this is our mission. This is the best that's been saved for last. The best is saved for last, and we are in that. We're about to do the best that we ever could do, and we're about to do that. And
the roller coaster ride's about to get fun.
Yeah.
It's time to throw your hands up and just go for it. Yeah, I feel it too.
I'm gonna do that.
Good energies. Yeah, right on. Well, thank you for your time, and thank you for sharing that. Yes,
thank you, brother. We'll see you out there. That's wonderful, Richard. Thank you. And Huna Kaioku, good to see you. And brother Hitimata, always a pleasure.
Thank you, Huna.
Good to see you, both giants. You've saved the best for last, and I'm looking forward to working with you in the coming months. My projects include you, physically include you, take you from where you are, and just fire you like a rocket up and kick ass. The kick-ass regions. And we're going to do some things. Hey, you know, Hitumata, it's like Europe said to me, and this is a message that came out, and I've shared it a little bit before, but the message was from the butterfly. It came from the butterfly, and the butterfly said, something shiny for Europe, please, Huna. Something shiny for Europe.
Wow.
And this was the butterfly speaking. Something shiny for Europe, please. And all I could think of was something to do with, you know, laughing and singing and dancing and enjoying hot water and enjoying cold water and steam and heat and warmth and good food. So I came up with an amusement park. building an amusement park along over. I would love to be near Munster. Okay. Munster.
Yeah.
Along the beach, because there's a lot of land there. Though it might be a national park, it can be part of it can be brought out, because I know it was before, and it can build an incredible amusement park, and want to refer to this park as 7 Kingdoms of Lemuria, and within it, the 7 nations and kingdoms and queendoms, goddesses and gods performing the cultures. Egypt, Africa, Mayan, Aztec, Polynesian, Hawaii, Viking, Celtic, and Roman, and everything. 7 kingdoms. And then represented by tetrahedron structures, big, huge hotel resorts shaped in tetrahedrons, white, covered in kotahara, huge seen all the way from across the channel.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. That's a vision. Yeah.
And shows. I've got friends who are producers and directors of shows in Vegas that we did shows together. They're, as soon as we're ready, we're going to come over for a meeting over here, and we're going to get into it. Now we need thousands of people, thousands of employees and Hunas and Dragon Masters. Really need the Dragon Masters for a number of these things. So I hope you come to June's Dragon Master next year.
Oh, yes, I will be there. Yeah, with my sister. Yeah.
You too, Kahioku. Got to come to the Dragon Master Intensive just so that okay, 2 days of practical, you're in. Okay, so get ready for that, because that's a requirement for me to hire you.
Okay.
Well, that is because, like, I need to know you can at least have some of those modalities and your LinkedIn, and then the wage is going to be incredible wage.
And then she'll get to hang out in Mexico forever.
You stay wherever you want. You'll be able to afford it. You'll be able to afford to be anywhere and do anything you want, but surely continue doing the work, because this is amazing stuff. This stuff we got planned for you. I got something for you, Huna. I got something planned for you. Chandani's going to be there too. Yes, Huna, you'll be there too. I got it all worked out, and I'm starting to move over to the island soon to set up the office and just start organizing names and lists. And I love my lists. I love my positions of who's performing on which position on which part of the stage. I'm putting you. It's a big show.
Yeah.
All right.
Fantastic.
How are we doing for time?
We're almost 2 hours.
Really? Holy cow.
Yeah.
What is that? Almost 4 o'clock. Okay. Well, let's give them a little break. Let's give them a little promo, and you're getting some bookings here. So let's show them some of the ads. Come back and we'll wrap up. Okay. Hunas, thank you so much.
Thank
you. Wawa.
Thank you.
Love.
Hi, I'm your light shaman. Are you experiencing unpleasant energies in your home and surroundings and waking up in the middle of the night? My work involves clearing individuals, homes, and communities. Contact me at www.lightshaman.earth and I would be happy to help.
We've got the new Lemurian codes for you on the Wide Awake clothing brand from firelightcontinuum.earth. Go to www.flc.earth. If you're in need of some sound and frequency healing, we've got the new codes from Lemuria. This is Lemuria 5, folks. Go to www.soundandfrequencymedicine.earth. Good stuff.
I like the wah wah wee doggies.
Wow, wee doggy. Yes, sweet dear ones, if you are interested in booking your reading for your Lemurian birth chart, go ahead and check that out there, quantumnavigator.earth. Huna Tamahake will be happy to book you in.
And I'll have more slots opened up soon. I haven't put them up yet because the Solar Flash event.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Keep checking.
Just book the date and see you there. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do, sweet dear ones. Just book whatever date and just be there. I tell you, it's a profound thing. So much incredible awakening there. Okay, Wah, Richard, got to run. Take it easy. Wah, wee doggies. Blessings of love and peace, protection. Thank you all. Double-edged sword. Maybe we'll catch you on a question next time. Come and join us. Show your face. Always good to see you. Okay, so just wrapping up in this next 15 minutes here. Solar Flash, September 15th. You can join us in the Solar Flash Global Meditation. There's a link. There's the link in the descriptions. Mm-hmm. Just go ahead and join us there. If you feel you might like to come to Mexico, where it's beautiful, sunny in the Caribbean Sea, there's turquoise-colored water. Hello. You come and join us. Be here from the 13th to the 17th to enjoy 5 days of incredible activations.
So with the meditation where we're doing this live, and it's just on StreamYard, we're not putting it out on YouTube. There is a small donation, and I was looking on the website to see where it was because I had it looked kind of confusing to me to see like just where the box was, because we are asking for a small suggested donation, but is it literally any amount? Like they could put $1 if they want?
You can't go below the suggested 11.
Okay.
Our sweet dear ones, I'm inviting the code of $11 as the base of the. It's not really a donation; it's just suggested. Okay, so there you go, If you want to give more, happy to receive more. But $11 will get you in. It's going to be a couple of hours, so plan for at least a couple of hours for the global meditation, all right? It will be on StreamYard Live. Once you purchase the the meditation, the link for that time and for that day and for that moment will be there. All you have to do is, when the day comes, just click on it and you'll be right in on the StreamYard. So you'll be viewing everything. You'll be viewing us, as also you'll be able to hear us. But if you just want to listen, put your headphones on, okay? Use a laptop or use your phone. If you don't want to see any pictures or any images, because we'll be sitting there and we'll be in meditation, or we'll be guiding it. And you can listen to me as well as see myself if you wish to. But it will be for a couple of hours. It's going to be a good one. I'm working on some really good pieces with the sacred breath, okay? The sacred breath and the sacred non-breath. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. We have 5 days of, the first day is called the day of Lemuria. There are, where it is spoken of as the first embrace into the circle of light. The second day is going to be, so far it's noted as being the day of no talking. The day of no talking is the day of Tingaro, which means the melding of the minds and the joining and the huno of the heart mind, the joining of the heart mind. This is no talking. This is talking without breath. And on the third day, the day of the solar flash, the Nimarana, day of Nimarana, which is the solar flash, and the meditation. There's gifting to the, we will be, we are creating a kawa, which to you is an altar. But the kawa will consist of possible representation of a tree with lights, the tetrahedron and the obelisks, configured geometry, crystals, and also presents to be gifted. Okay. On the fourth day will be the day of Kiku, the day of Kiku, which refers to the essence of energy. And the essence of energy is action, movement, and friction, and heat. And so we will be sharing modalities of the rods of God, stretching your rods, your voltage system and expanding it. Also movement with yoga and movement with the poeta as well. So that's Kiku. And on the fifth day would be an open day, which will we be taking everybody to a place called Punta Morena. And this beach is has a healing lagoon there, incredible waters of the Atlantis. And the healing lagoon, wonderful food, incredible sandy location, beach location with hammocks and these things and palapas. And it will be a beautiful day. And on that day will be music and celebrating, dancing perhaps. And that will be our fifth day. So I do hope that interests you. I see that we may have one or two that are going to be booking to come, have just decided that they may come to join us in that. I do have, I think, 2 or 3 beds remaining if you are booking. And the accommodation is in the jungle. The location is in Rancho Alvarez in the jungle on the Cozumel Island. And I do believe I have a few beds available for you.
What is the rate per night? Is it 500 pesos?
Yes, the rate per night per person is on top of the cost. This is your accommodation cost, which are 500 pesos per night per person. If you're going to be there for on the 13th, you'll be there for 4 nights, unless you want to stay on the 5th night. We are checking out on the 5th day because we are going to do the final day at the beach, and I won't be returning back to the jungle So you can, though. You can book it as long as how many days you want. Okay. So really inexpensive, a really great deal. The location is beautiful, and the jungle there's a manicured area with a large palapa, an outdoor kitchen. There's a swimming pool there, a wonderful grass, manicured grass area, and beautiful, well set up. It's very well set up with the cabins and the accommodation. So. Will there be a replay? Louise is asking. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, Louise. Maybe I'll decide after we have it first, and then I can tell you. Or maybe make it available, but you'll be able to. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to view it. Okay, so a replay will be available. Anything else, Huna?
No. I'm just excited to come back to Mexico.
Yeah, how long you been away for already?
Was the 11th of July when I left, and then I ended up in Nashville longer than initially thought. Right. But I also knew it was going to happen. Like, no, I'm going to be here a little longer, so I'm sad to leave. But I'm also excited to go back and hang out with the Hunas. Go to the beach.
Been a month?
Yeah.
It's been a month. Yeah. Or more.
Almost 2 months. It'll be a month to the day.
2 months. Yeah. You're arriving back on the 11th, aren't you? So that's 2 months.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Mm-hmm. Well, we look forward to you visiting again. And yes, we've got some plans to make as I'm going to start to set up the office. set up the office. And begin to get all of our wonderful plans together. Sweet, sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds, so much is building, so much is so much incredible opportunities coming up shortly. We have saved the best for last, and I mean that on a global level. We've all been through the worst of things. We know the stories of everything of all lifetimes, of all eternals. Okay? Now is the time for the best part of your life. Now is the time for the best part of your life, the joy. Now is the time for that. Hang on to that, please. Listen to what I'm saying. Now is the time for the best joy of life in your life. No matter what you're hearing and seeing on the external, by the nonsense, pay no attention to it. Pay little attention to it. Know where it's coming from, but pay little attention to it. Say no. Don't comply. You don't need to. It's all fake anyway, and it will be swallowed up by all the best things to come. Save the best for last, and that's going to swallow everything up. Okay? And it'll be there with you. So much wawa there, Huna Tamaki. Thank you so much.
Of course. Are we going to leave out with the promos?
Yeah, let's leave them with some continued information. If you have Hunas, any of the Hunas are ready with your websites and your business, know that I only support .earth. I do not support .com. The reason for that is because .com, for one, blew up a long time ago. Number two, .com means corporation over market. Simply means slave master over slave market. Really, it does. So get rid of it. Get rid of that. Get rid of your zodiacs. Toss them all out. Kick ass.
Put them in the trash.
Get your quantum navigation. Huh?
Just put them in the trash.
Throw them in the bloody rubbish. You don't need them anymore. You're not retroing nothing. You're undoing everything. There's a difference. Okay, go and see Huna there for your birth chart, your true Lemurian birth chart reading. Toss all those zodiacs out. Don't need them anymore. With love, of course. We'll see you next time, Hunas, next Sunday. Look forward to being with you again. Wow, wow.
Hi, I'm your light shaman. Are you experiencing unpleasant energies in your home and surroundings and waking up in the middle of the night? My work involves clearing individuals, homes, and communities. Contact me at www.lightshaman.earth and I would be happy to help.
We've got the new Lemurian codes for you on the Wide Awake clothing brand from firelightcontinuum.earth. Go to www.flc.earth. If you're in need of some sound and frequency healing, we've got the new codes from Lemuria. This is Lemuria 5, folks. Go to www.soundandfrequencymedicine.earth.